Hi children, good morning. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to our St. Clare's School online classes children. Right? So regarding 8th class, here regarding 8th class almost all we have finished. In the last class we finished one of the topic, that is the osmotic osmosis. What is children? Osmosis. Here osmosis. So this is the concept we discussed in the last session. See here in this osmosis, what we discussed here, the osmosis, we have discussed some few terms, that is one is SPM. What children? SPM. SPM is semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Here, what is the definition of semi-permeable membrane? The membrane which allows to pass solvent molecules like a water through its holes. We have to consider as a semi-permeable membrane. So we give some examples for semi-permeable membrane also, right children? And after that, we discussed about what is meant by osmosis. What is meant by osmosis? See here, osmosis, it is derived from the one of the Latin word, that is the osmos. See here, osmos means, that is the meaning of osmos means to push. What children? To push. See here, what we are pushing here, we have to pushing the solvent molecules. We have to pushing the solvent molecules through the semi-permeable membrane. Through the semi-permeable membrane into the solution. See here, what is the definition of osmosis means? Here, to flow off the spontaneous, right? Sorry, the spontaneous flowing of solvent molecules through the semi-permeable membrane, from dilute solution to concentrated solution, or from less concentrated solution to more concentrated solution. Right children? So this is, we have to consider as a, what is the definition of osmosis. After finishing that, we discussed about what are the differences between osmosis and diffusion. So these are the some points we discussed in the last class, right children? So now today we are going to discuss about what is meant by osmotic pressure. What is meant by osmotic pressure? See here, what is meant by osmotic pressure? What is meant by, in the osmosis we need to discuss about what is meant by osmotic pressure. Like what is meant by osmotic pressure? So for explaining about this, we need to doing one of the activity here. So this is the one of the beaker. In this beaker we have taken one of the funnel. So that is the funnel, bottom of the funnel we are closed with the semi-permeable membrane. It is, we have to consider as a SPM. Right children? See here, this is the one of the funnel. Here, in this beaker, beaker we have to take in the only solvent. We have to take in the only solvent, right? Here in funnel we have to take in the solution. We have to take in the, here it is about solution, right children? See here, same thing here, so we have to take in here. After some time, what we have to observe here? Here children, see here, this is we have to consider as a solvent. What is that? Solvent. Here this is we have to consider as a semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane. Here in the funnel we have taken the solution. We have taken the solution. That means in this solution we have soluted the solvent. For example, if we can take sugar solution. Here we are taking the pure water as a solvent, right children? See here, after some time what will happen here? Here solvent molecules are slowly entered into the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. See here solvent molecules are entered into the solution through the semi-permeable membrane. That is the phenomena we have to consider as osmosis. See here in A and B. Here in A, when you are observing the level of the solution, here it is having some less amount of solution will be there here in the first beaker. When you take in the beaker 2 or second beaker B, here we have to observe the some amount of solution will be increased. So here it is we have to consider as a height of the solution. What's the height of the solution? So here it can increase the some amount of solution. How it will be increases here? Because of some amount of solvent molecules are entered into the solution. Then automatically what will happen here? The level of the solution will be increases. If this is the process is continuously taking place, means what will happen here? Automatically the level of the height solution will be gradually it is increases. That's why we need to control the flow of solvent molecules into the solution. Suppose if you want to control the flow of solvent molecules into the solution, means we need to apply some pressure. See here the solvent molecules are entered into the solution. So towards the opposite to the gravitational force. And here we are applying some pressure. Around through the gravitational forces. That means here what we are saying here, we need to apply some excess amount of pressure. To stop the flow of solvent molecules into the solution. That is the excess amount of pressure what we have applied here. That is the pressure we have to consider as a osmotic pressure. See here what is the definition here? The excess amount of pressure. The excess amount of pressure is applied on a surface of a solution, on a surface of the solution, to stop the flow of solvent molecules into the solution, right? So the excess amount of pressure is applied on the surface of the solution. To stop the flow of solvent molecules into the solution, we have to consider as a osmotic pressure. What children? Osmotic pressure. See here, osmotic pressure. Or we have to give one more definition also. To control the pressure, the excess pressure is required. The excess pressure is required to control the solvent molecules into the solution. We have to consider as a osmotic pressure, right children? See here, this is the osmotic pressure. We have to represent it as phi. See here, what we are taking the solution, it is up to some height of the on the funnel. We have up to some excess amount of height. Here that is we consider as a osmotic pressure phi equals to concentration of the solution C, and here S and H. C, S and H. Here this is the concentration of the solution, and here it is considered as a height H. Okay. Here C is represented about density. What's your name? Density. That is represented as a phi CST. Here phi is equal to the concentration represented as, here concentration means number of moles per unit volume. Here N by V, and here specific constant we are represented as a rho, that is the concentration, and here that is the height we are represented as a H, right? See here, to explaining about this, we have to consider phi equals to height H, density of the water rho, and opposite to the gravitational force H rho g. What's your name? H rho g. Here H rho g, it is equals to phi equals to here C S T. See here, what is meant by CST means? Here C is nothing but temperature. C is nothing but concentration. What's your name? Concentration. And here we need to consider the gravitational force. That is, we have to consider as a acceleration due to gravity. That is the S. What's your right? S. So there we have to consider as a phi equals to CST. Instead of that, here when you are substituting here, phi equals to here what we are saying here, concentration C equals to number of moles per unit volume. Instead of C, we have to substitute N by V into S into T, right? Here, so here S is the constant. But S we have taken as a real gases equation, that is the ideal gas constant we have. It is as per constant for the solutions. So for the gases we are taken as a R, and here C equals N by V. So here we have to send to this side, phi V equals to N into, instead of S we have to take in the R and temperature T. And here we know that N is nothing but weight by gram molecular weight. Weight by gram molecular weight. Instead of that, phi V equals to small w1 by capital M1. Here R is the universal gas constant into temperature. Here it is, we have to consider as a formula for osmotic pressure. See here, formula for osmotic pressure is, we have to consider as a phi equals to CST. Or here we have to consider as a phi equals CST or CRT. It is for gases, it is for solutions. Right children? That means here phi equals H-rho-G or phi equals to CST, both are same. Phi equals CST or phi equals to CRT. Here whatever it may be, this is the osmotic pressure. So osmotic pressure, phi, it is depending upon the number of moles of solute. Here it is does not depending upon the number of moles of solvent. It can depending upon the number of moles of solute. Here solution, what we have here, solute plus solvent. When you apply the excess amount of pressure here, what will happen here? The solute molecules will be affected initially because of the solute molecules particle size is more here. Right children? So this is, we have to consider as a formula for osmotic pressure. And here R is, we have to consider as a, here phi is the osmotic pressure. And here V is the volume of solution. Here we know that W1 is the weight of the solute, M is the gram molecule weight of the solute, R is the universal gas constant. It is, you can say, 0.0821 liter atmosphere, mole inverse and Kelvin inverse. Right children? So this is, we have to consider as a universal gas constant, and room temperature T have to consider as a 27 degrees or 273 kelvins. Right children? So this is about, we need to discuss here one of the concept, osmotic pressure. Okay children? So this is about what is the concept of osmotic pressure. So now coming to the what is meant by isotonic pressure. What is meant by isotonic pressure? So what is meant by isotonic solutions? See here, what is meant by isotonic solutions? What is meant by isotonic solutions? The solutions which is having isotonic solutions. What is meant by isotonic solutions? So the solution which is having the solutions which is having same osmotic pressure, same osmotic pressure is known as isotonic solutions. That means here, if you can consider two solutions, those two solutions having same osmotic pressures. Here phi 1 equals to phi 2. Here phi 1 equals to phi 2 means phi 1 we have to consider as a, here phi 1 equals to phi 2. Both are also having same osmotic pressure. So here we have to consider as a phi 1 equals to phi 2 means we have to consider as a, again C1 equals to C2 also. C1 means what we know, that number of moles of solute by V1, and here N2 by B2. Here we know that number of moles N equals to weight by gram molecular weight. Here we represent it as small w1 by capital W. When you substitute here w1 by m1 into v1 and it is w2 by m2 into v2. Right children? Here phi 1, phi 2. So phi 1 is the osmotic pressure of solution 1, phi 2 is the osmotic pressure of solution 2. Here C1 is the concentration of the solution 1, C2 is the concentration of the solution 2. Here N1 is the number of moles of solute 1, N2 is the number of moles of solute 2. Here V1 is the volume of solution 1, while V2 is the volume of solute 1, and here volume of the solute 2. Here W1 volume of the weight of the solute. M1 is the gram mole weight of the solute. Here this is the formula we are getting from this isotonic solutions. Right children? So this is about what is meant by isotonic solutions. In this topic, in this solutions topic, last topic, we have small concept is there. That is the what is meant by reverse osmosis. What is meant by reverse osmosis. So till now we have discussed about what is meant by osmosis and what is meant by osmotic pressure and what are the applications of osmosis. So these are all points we discussed in the last class. And now we are going to discuss about what is meant by reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis. What is meant by reverse osmosis? See here. What is meant by reverse osmosis means, see here, when we take in the one of the chamber, in this chamber we have to take in the, this is we have to consider as a semi-permeable membrane. Here we have to take in the solvent molecules. Here we have to take in the solution. We have to take in the solution. Right children? See here. So in this reverse osmosis, generally what we are saying here, osmosis. Osmosis means what we are saying here. Here the flow of solvent molecules into the solution through the semi-permeable membrane we have to consider as a osmosis. So reverse osmosis means here the flow of solvent molecules from the solution to the solvent. From the solution to the solvent. See here. Here now what we discussed here. When we are to control the flow of solvent into the solution, we had to apply some pressure. So the pressure is required to stop the flow of solvent molecules into the solution. We have to consider as osmotic pressure. See here, when we apply some more pressure more than that of osmotic pressure, the excess amount of pressure is applied on the surface of the solution more than that of osmotic pressure. Then automatically what will happen here? Suppose if you can apply some more pressure here means what will happen here? Then solution means it is having solute and solvent. When you apply some more pressure, again what is the solvent quantity is there? That is the solvent is entered into the again solvent. So solvent from the solution entered into the solvent. So this is here considered as the osmosis process. It is considered as the osmosis process. Here again the solvent molecules are entered into the from solution to solvent means it is considered as a reverse osmosis. So that means reverse osmosis process is due to the reason of excess amount of osmotic pressure. It is excess amount of osmotic pressure. Right children? See here, this is we have to consider what is meant by reverse osmosis. Right children? See here, this is the process we have to use it in to purifying the seawater. Purifying the seawater. See here, suppose if you want to purify the seawater, from the seawater we are getting the pure water. So that is the process we have to consider as a desalination. That means we have to remove the salt nature from the seawater. That's why it is desalination. So that's what is desalination process. Right children? So similarly they are taken here We have taken the some amount of water here, we are taking the some amount of seawater here. So by applying some excess amount of pressure, what will happen here? We need to remove the solid particles, then we are getting the pure water. So this is the process we are to consider as a reverse osmosis. Right, children? So up to the mark of this reverse osmosis process, successfully we are completed one of the topic completely, that is the solutions. Right, children? So from the starting onwards, we discussed a lot of points in solutions. First of all, introduction about solution and what are the types of solutions and what is meant by colloidal solution and what is meant by true solution and what is meant by suspensions, and after that dispersion phase, dispersion medium, Brownian moment, and how can you measure the concentration methods, volume percentage, mass by volume percentage, parts per million, molarity, normality, molality, mole fraction, and after that what is meant by solubility and what are the factors affecting on solubility, and after that what is meant by what is meant by evaporation, what is meant by boiling, and what is meant by vapor pressure, and what is meant by how the vapor pressure of solutions we have to consider here, and Henry's law, and after that we discussed here what is meant by after that we have discussed about what is meant by ideal solution and a non-ideal solution, comes under the Raoult's law, and what is the graphical representation of ideal and non-ideal solutions with the positive deviation and negative deviations, and after that we discussed here what is meant by colligative properties, that means what is meant by relative lowering of vapor pressure, and after that elevation of boiling point, depression of freezing point, finally osmosis. Right, children? So these are the topics we learned in our 8th class IIT chemistry. Right, children? So now after the completion of this, we need to conduct one of the exam on this topic. So please all of you be prepared for that. Right, children? So please all of you stay home, stay safe. Thank you.